There are two cities that foodies and art lovers just have to see.
Now, this line connects two of the most well-known towns in the north of Italy, Bologna to Verona. And that's the one I'm gonna get.
It's my next rail adventure on my journey around northern Italy.
This was so cool.
Famed for being home to some of the most scenic rail journeys in the world.
Don't look down at all.
Packed with enchanting landscapes, unique traditions and irresistible food, all waiting to be explored.
There you go. Join me on my Italian Express.
My journey begins here in Bologna, capital of the Emilia-Romagna region.
Whatever other city they may say, trust me, Bologna is the capital food city of Italy, full stop. Also known as La Grassa, which means the fat one.
Famed for many of the world's best loved Italian produce, it's so celebrated for its food they even named a sauce after it, Bolognese.
Around every corner, there are shops with amazing ingredients everywhere, and it's also home to one of my favorite things ever, mortadella.
Mortadella has been made here in Bologna for over 500 years, and Giovanni stays loyal to the original recipe.
Giovanni,
Welcome, Bologna, the city of food.
this is amazing. How old is this?
1855. My family only from 1932.
The first thing that I can smell is the almighty mortadella.
Thank you.
What are the main ingredients?
All pork meat.
Yes. And then we go salts.
Yes.
Yeah,
Salt and pepper,
black
black peppers.
That's it. My favorite thing ever, eh?
Yes.
When I come in Italy,
Yes.
I only have panino with
Con la
mortadella.
mortazza.
And that's what you're gonna do that for me, eh? Please.
Yes. You have mortanino pronto?
No 1 or 2 slices, yeah. 4-5 fette, 4 or 5 slices in there.
Mortadella is so prized that in 1661 a law was passed ensuring it must be made to the original recipe.
1
1 and 2.
goes for me.
Wow.
And only here in Bologna.
Okay, Giovanni, one more, and I'll see you very soon.
Buon appetito.
And I know just the place to savor my panino, Osteria del Sole.
Now, where I'm going is the oldest osteria, not in Bologna, actually the oldest osteria in all of Italy, if not in the whole world. Doesn't really look a lot from the outside. But trust me, guys, this is the place to be.
This is the city's oldest wine bar. It's been serving thirsty locals since 1465.
Buongiorno. Ci puoi un bicchiere di lambrusco, per cortesia?
And not much has changed. They still serve the local sparkling red wine, Lambrusco, nice and chilled.
Salute. Okay, let me explain what an osteria is. This is a place where you can bring your own foods, very traditional in Italy, and they just serve you alcohol. So in my case, panino with mortadella and a beautiful glass of Lambrusco. So, salute and buon appetito. I got a train to catch. I'm gonna finish this off on the train.
My train leaves Bologna and travels the ancient rice route through the fields of the Mantua district. I'll be stopping at Nogara for a risotto festival before arriving in the cultural capital of Verona. This is Italy's rice-producing region. Rice is grown here in flat fields flooded by canals and waterways, which are fed by Lake Garda 50 miles north.
Now, let me tell you an interesting fact about this area. The value of the properties are not based on how big is the actual property, is how close they are to water.
Production began here around the 15th century, and today Italy remains Europe's largest rice producer.
Now, rice is so important to life around here that during summer, there are rice festivals pretty much everywhere.
I'll be cooking a special risotto at the Villimpenta festival, so I need to source some good quality rice. The alone nano is the specialty around here, and Olivio's family have been growing it for almost 70 years.
Buongiorno.
Buongiorno.
So this is the rice master of Italy. La riseria dov'è? Andiamo a fare qualcosa. I want to see this rice farm. Andiamo?
Andiamo.
The rice fields are flooded with water, which softens the soil and protects the seeds from extreme temperatures.
Seminato sabato.
Oh, they put it in the water 4 days ago. Look what's happening. The little white thing here, that goes into the ground, and this one is going to sprout upwards, which is going to make all the little rice grain.
Rice takes about 5 months to grow, and just before harvest, the fields will be drained.
Nasce in acqua e muore nel vino.
Perfect.
Perfetto.
It's a rice grain borns into water and dies into wine. That's the best thing ever.
Rice needs to age for a year after picking, and Olivio's family has some of last year's harvest for me.
Questa è la mia famiglia.
Ah, buongiorno, buongiorno. Okay, so this is my rice. Excellent. Maybe un pezzo di torta.
Sì, quella
Can I have
sopra.
this?
Sì.
Yeah.
Prendi.
Grazie. What a lovely family. I got my rice for the risotto festival. I got my piece of cake.
Ciao! Ciao! Ciao!
I've traveled just a few miles south to the village of Villimpenta. Here, they are preparing to serve 30,000 portions of risotto.
Now, the people of Villimpenta, they really believe and claim that their festival is the oldest of them all. But my risotto, the one I'm going to cook, is going to be different. It's going to be a risotto with a twist, and it's going to be a sweet one.
The festival started 73 years ago as a reward to rice workers after harvest. Each June, they hold a 4-day celebration. Rice Master Claudio is in charge of preparing the bats of risotto.
Claudio, oh, come va?
Molto
Tutto bene?
Ma sì,
Cioè, che lo metti prima a bollire. E perché?
perché se no si cuoce.
Ah, this is so interesting. We would normally get the raw rice, put it in a pan, and then slowly add the liquid. They do the opposite. They put the rice in the boiling water, because then all the grains of rice are completely separate.
Quando i due prodotti sono cotti, pronti, vengono uniti.
This is bizarre. So they do the sauce separately from the rice, and once both of them are completely cooked, they mix them together. I've never seen risotto made this way. I don't know what to say. Andiamo a vedere il sugo. So that's the meat going in.
This festival is the highlight of the social calendar here, and preparing the risotto is a source of great pride.
Beh, per me è veramente una soddisfazione, però per Villimpenta è un'arte.
He said it's probably the most important thing in his life, because if you can do this, you're pretty much no one around this area.
With just the finest pork cuts, salt, butter, garlic and parmesan, this may not look like any risotto I know, but I can't wait to taste it.
Good flavor. They got an excellent rice. The sausage, the meat is fantastic. It's got the Parmesan cheese flavor in there.
Great simple food. But now it's time for me to cook for the rice masters. I'm pretty sure they won't have tasted anything like my sweet chocolate risotto.
When it's done well, you cannot beat a nice rice pudding, especially for breakfast. And I'm going to show you my version, which has got chocolate, it's got raspberry, it's got honey. It's absolutely delicious. So where do we start? Here. You need a pan, okay? In there, we're going to put full fat milk. Then I'm going to use caster sugar and good quality cocoa powder. And then now is the time to switch on the heat. Once you've done that, keep stirring. It will take probably about 5 minutes to make sure that the sugar completely dissolves. Okay, now what you have to do, my beautiful Bialone Nano rice. Now, if you don't want to use a Bialone Nano, absolutely fine. Just make sure that it is a round grain rice and it's one of those rice that absorbs the milk, so it's going to be all nice and creamy. So this one, just in, like that, and keep stirring. Okay, so this is happening. If you come closer, you can see that there are bubbles on the side of the pan. Now, this is the moment where you lower the heat and just let it simmer for half an hour.
Add some honey for sweetness and vanilla for extra flavor.
Now, how are we going to make this nice and shiny? Salted butter, very important salted butter, because the little bit of salt in the butter now is going to give different layers of flavor. So this one goes straight in there. And then I'm going to use a good handful of raspberries and keep stirring. Okay, this is done. Put it into the cups. That is great for breakfast, brunch, dinner. It's great for everything. Now, the secret is very simple. It's all about resting the rice pudding for a couple of minutes before you eat it, because what's happened on top is going to create the little crust that when you go in there, it's going to be all gooey, and the bottom is going to be all nice and melty and chocolatey.
Add some raspberries and then flaked almonds on top.
Oh, come on. This is pretty. And this is how I make my chocolate rice pudding. Siete pronti? Yes. No, Claudio first. Prima Claudio, dai. Com'è?
Buono, però è buono, sul serio. Molto buono.
Claudio just said he was very sure about a sweet risotto, but it's the best thing that he's ever tried. Yes. Buono, eh? The next year, my sweet risotto is gonna be on the menu. L'anno prossimo si mette sul menù, eh?
Ok.
Promesso. We got a deal.
Very good.
I'm on a train journey taking in two of northern Italy's greatest cities. My first stop was the Italian food capital Bologna, and now I'm just outside its city of culture, Verona.
Now, let me give you a little history lesson here. See this area? This is where once upon a time, all the battles happened to unify Italy.
This tower commemorates the fallen soldiers of the 1859 Battle of Solferino. Ciao Verona! This city is world famous as the setting of Shakespeare's star-crossed lovers Romeo and Giulietta. Crammed with history, it's a cultural powerhouse renowned for the arts. So, who better to show me around than art student Gia?
Hi,
Yeah,
you're my guide for Verona.
yeah, that's it.
Let's go. I've been
Yeah.
waiting for you. You were late.
Oh, sorry.
First stop is Verona's biggest tourist attraction, Juliet's Balcony, attracting 250,000 romantic visitors each year.
It's a fake balcony. It was built in the 30s, so it couldn't be real. Couples come here and believe that their love will last forever just because they
Just
wrote
because
it,
they've been here.
wrote it on the wall.
Tell you what, Gaia, why don't you show me something that is real?
Yeah.
Real Verona.
We are
Please.
going there. We are going there for sure.
They sell everything from vegetable to hats.
Now we are in Signori Square.
Look at that. You can see that Verona used to be a really rich city because the way the details on the building. And one thing you see straight away, how peaceful is around here.
That's why I love to come here. It's one of my favorite spots here in Verona.
So what is this?
That's the Scaligeri's tomb. It was the most powerful family of Verona during medieval times.
Well, so this is right to say that the richer they were, and the more powerful they were, and the biggest the tomb would be.
You're right.
That's really impressive.
But there is another place we cannot miss. Verona's Arena is one of the best preserved ancient structures in the world, and it's the home of opera.
Ah, so this is the famous Verona Arena.
Yeah.
It's quite big, eh?
It's smaller than the Colosseum, but you can still see shows, concerts, opera.
So how old do you think it is?
More or less 2,000 years, and it's still like
And
this.
it's still alive.
Alive. Yeah.
Beautiful.
You know what? After all this beauty, I want to show you the last thing. It's one of my favorite spots here in Verona, and we artists, we love to go there. It's up on the hills. And
Is it fresher?
yeah, fresher.
Am I gonna see some shade and a nice cocktail?
Yeah, that's
Please,
it.
please,
That's
take
it.
me there.
We
Take
are
me.
going,
Why do
we are
you-
going.
I follow you.
We are high in the hills overlooking the city that inspires these young artists. Today, though, their inspiration will be an Italian masterpiece.
Hello, everybody. You gonna draw me? Yeah. Very nice. I'm gonna give you two options. So you can draw my face, or you can draw.
Start with the face.
Ah, we start with the face. Yeah, all right. I can see the plan. Okay.
These students study at Verona's Academy of Fine Arts, established over 270 years ago. It's one of the oldest in the world.
Are you embarrassed?
No. I was born to be the center of attention. What's the reason why you're doing this?
We're doing this because art is our life, and the academy for us is
Is
the life.
important.
Il tuo lavoro è anche questo che stiamo facendo noi.
Ah, that's a very nice question, yeah? How close is my job to an artist? Actually, it's pretty much the same, because they only use a piece of paper and a pencil or charcoal, so very few items. And in my job, you give me a tomato, an egg, a bottle of olive oil, a bit of salt and pepper, I can do 20, 30 recipes out of that. So very similar, very similar.
I never sit still for this long.
Find it very difficult to sit still here. So I'm gonna go to cook, and I'll see you later on.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
Ciao, grazie.
Now it's my turn to create some art for the students. I'm cooking them the most Italian of dishes, my meatballs with caramelized onions and spicy tomato sauce. Now this is the recipe that divides Italy. Meatballs, or as we say in Italian, polpette. If you go in the south of Italy, in the middle, in the north, everybody have their own recipe, they add their own ingredients. Some people put onion, some people put garlic. One thing that you need to know, though, that Italian people do not eat meatball with spaghetti. That is an American thing. Italian people have meatball with tomato sauce and crusty, warm bread. Now, my meatball is an express recipe. I got tomato, bit of chili, salt, caramelized onions, and two different mincemeat. I got pork and I got beef. Minced pork is about the fattiness and about the moisture, okay? And then we got the beef. The beef makes sure that the meatball stays together. The only other flavors that I'm putting in there is actually the caramelized onion chutney, because this has got the sweetness, it's got the onion, a little kick, so nice and easy. There you go. Okay, at this point, your hands. Start to mix everything together. Can you see the way I'm doing? I'm kind of massaging and moving the meats around without pressing them too much. I want to make like a golf ball size of a meatball. If you get closer to my hands, I'm gonna show you. I put a little bit in the palm of my hands, okay? I roll it without pressing, and then you put them on the side. You can feed quite a lot of people, and I have a lot of artists there to feed, so this will definitely do the job. Heat some olive oil in a large pan, then add the meatballs and fry for 8 minutes. Because I want to create a protective seal around the meatballs, so then when you put the tomato sauce, they don't want to start to break in the tomato sauce, so you get the shape nice and round.
But then the tomato slowly enters the meatball.
Add salt, chili flakes, chopped tomatoes, and basil leaves.
Now, we're gonna cook them very gently for 25 minutes. Look at the colors. That is Italian food at its best. Slice some bread, then I'll get a nice little pot here. Very important to serve loads of tomato sauce with the meatball. Otherwise, you won't be able to do donkey with the breads. Now, that's the way we make meatballs in Italy. Simple as that. Salute. Salute e grazie. Thank you for this wonderful day. Salute.
Salute.
Teacher, the meatball.
Thank you.
Ciao, faccio.
Grazie.
Vengo io.
Grazie mille.
How's the meatball? Good?
Wow.
Now I'm gonna judge the painting, eh? Wow, look at that. I don't know what to say because they all look beautiful. I'm gonna say number 2 is this one.
Oh mio Dio, il mio.
The reason why is very different. The number 1.
Oh.
Who's done this? This is beautiful.
Thank you.
And I like the fact that I look younger. Hold on, can I have a round of applause for everybody, please? Well done.